Howdy folks, welcome back to the weekly comic book snap. Back again, it's issue 77 and look where we are.
We're back.
Back in the shop.
Almost
Whoa.
back. Almost.
Nearly there, nearly there.
Well, days away.
Days away. Getting close, isn't it?
It is.
Exciting times.
It's very exciting.
I love being back in it. I think it's great. I had a little look through. Had a little thumb through some of those.
Notice how clean it all was.
It is spectacularly clean. I really like what you've done with the floor.
Yeah, all the 2 metre markings, as you see, we are
And, no dust
adhering. Well, there's always dust bunnies. Don't get me started on
Always
dust.
dust bunnies.
They're as big as sheep.
But yeah, it's great. Great to be back. Really happy. So when are you actually opening up again?
9 AM on Monday, the 15th of June.
Boom!
In days away. We've been closed for 3 months.
That is crazy.
3 months
Yeah,
of
that's
not
crazy.
having people coming in.
Yeah.
It is crazy, and it's kind of become the new normal, hasn't it? Just not being
it's
here. So
weird.
I've got to
weird.
admit, I'm a little bit nervous about Monday. I don't know what to expect. It's
Yeah.
having to get up at.
Probably going to be dead. Let's hope not.
Not when you've seen the queues for McDonald's.
Oh, Jesus. Jesus.
And all the rest. So you can come in and actually buy comic books, and new comic
Yes,
books.
get some comics in your hands.
Great comic books.
Absolutely. Why the hell not?
Yes, but before we go on to new stuff,
Yes.
we're going to do one last little look at
A final,
what I deem a classic.
wonderful kind of. It's not really lockdown. It kind of is, but it sort of is, isn't it? But
A loosening lock,
a loosening lock. Absolutely.
as you say in the rugged days.
There we go. So yeah, it's a kind of a sort of hybrid episode, I guess, this one. But we're going to have a look at another. I think we should continue having a look at some of these classic books because I really enjoy it. But
Yes.
we're going to have a look at the last one, and we're going to have this a loosening lock kind of special, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
Seems an odd phrase, but we're going to do it. So, what are we looking at, Spesh?
We are going to look at this little piece of glorious, wonderful, horrible. I don't know how you class this book. I really don't. But I know that.
Tell the viewers what it is first.
It is the wonderful WE3.
Fantastic.
And it is by the luminaries that are Grant Morrison and Frank Whiteley.
Absolutely. What a team.
It is what a team, all made in Scotland.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There
from
we go.
girders.
I love it. Absolutely love it.
But they, yes, and it's a weird little tale that came out as just a 3-shot mini when it first.
So, what kind of year is this?
It came out probably 14 or 15 years ago. No, maybe not that long. Maybe
Early
13.
2000s?
It would have been. It was into the 2000s, maybe 2006, 2007.
Right,
I don't know off
right.
the top of my head.
Yeah. And I'd never heard of this actually.
Well, I once met Frank Whiteley at
wow.
a Comic-Con.
Right.
And I got him to sign a copy of Batman and Robin that he did with.
Did you now?
Well, yes, I did. And it was a great little Comic Con. It was the one that Mark Miller did in London.
Okay.
And all the signings were free.
There we go.
And there was a big long queue, but Frank Quietly, we started chatting, and
Right.
I was really upset because the security man moved me away in the end. But it was just
Ushered
after
you
we'd
on.
started Frog Bros as a company, so way back in the very first little shop.
Back in the days.
And we were having a little chat, and I told him that I love this book, and he looked surprised.
Right.
And I said that it's one of our we've only, like I was saying, we've only opened a shop a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
But this is one of the best sellers. He was like, what? Nobody tells me it's their best seller, and it was purely because we had a love for the book. So it'd be like, yeah, you need to read this, you need to read this, and we were just like making people. But yeah, basically, if they came to the shop, they had to buy it.
Right.
It was almost a thing. So
No
yeah.
social distancing in that shop, I imagine.
Oh no, it was tiny, wasn't it? It was.
No 2 metre distance.
But then there's a picture that comes up on social media every year.
Right.
Of me and Miguel, who started it,
Yeah.
stood outside, and you can see how barren it was behind because we just like chucking a few things and waiting for the comics to roll in. Yeah. Hey, but from small acorns,
Humble beginnings.
Yeah.
You know.
Great oaks grow.
Absolutely.
But yeah, Frank Quietly.
So WE3, what a book this is. I mean, I loved this. I really enjoyed it.
It's great. Plays on the heartstrings. The synopsis of the book.
The premise, yeah.
The premise is there are 3 animals. We have a rabbit, a dog, and a cat.
Yeah.
And they are all...
Already the heartstrings being plucked, aren't they?
Well, are they? Because they've been played around with and they've been weaponised, haven't they? But they all have the heart and the spirit of the animals
They
that
still
they are.
retain the soul, don't
They
they?
do. So, you know, the
Yeah.
dog just kind of wants to go home. The cat hates everything that isn't itself
But
kind
he's
of...
like a super hunter.
Yeah, but he's boss all the time. And the rabbit just wants to eat, kind of flops about a bit. But they've all been weaponised, but these are the first, the prototypes for this kind of Weapon X program, or Weapon A.
Animal hybrid robot technology.
Exactly, and so these are the prototypes. They're going to be discontinued, they're going to put it into some bigger beasts.
Yes.
But there's the lady who thought up the whole idea suddenly gets heart and soul, I suppose.
And she kind of has some kind of communication with them in some form as
Yes,
well.
she has built up a relationship with them,
like a rapport,
and which is, you know, it's kind
and they
of weird.
think of her as kind of
the boss,
the
and
boss,
yes, and so she basically lets him go, and then after that, it's just a very heartfelt tale of these animals that you're really rooting for with so few words, and it's beautiful.
It is. There's something quite odd about it, though, isn't there? Like when I read it, I found the kind of tonally. I don't know. I said to you before, like it's something about the artwork. I think, you know, it's just slightly grotesque. Like, it's,
Well, that
you know,
is.
I don't know, and it kind of, I don't know whether it puts me off the story or, you know,
Really?
no, well, I loved it, like, but in some way it's like, it's slightly repellent, like what you're seeing and what you're reading.
Oh yeah, it is.
I mean, it's a really
weird.
engrossing, engaging
It is,
story.
but Frank Quitely's perfect for that. I think I've always said, or we've always said, that his style is grotesquely beautiful.
It is,
and
isn't
there is a grotesque beauty
and when you see
to what
these
he
animals
draws.
with things sticking out, it just
And
matches
but
perfectly.
when they plough through the rabbits, and when they plough through the rats, and just it's grotesque, but it is gorgeous, and you really feel for them, and you're rooting for them all the way. And I'm not going to tell you if there is a happy or a sad ending.
No, we shouldn't spoil it, but
it plays with your heartstrings, and for that to happen in such a short amount of time, I mean, it must be, but it's probably maybe 80 to 90 pages in total.
Not a lot, is it?
But
it's not a big book.
it's no, well, there's one-shots out this week that are just as thick, basically, and probably have a lot more dialogue in. But I'm willing to bet they probably won't pull on the heartstrings as much. It's just
it'll be so emotionally
beautiful
engaging. I think there's something also about like these, you know, some of these Grant Morrison books that is just, I don't know, like it's just, you know, they're kind of short, but they're wildly kind of inventive and really, really emotionally kind of engaging.
Yeah.
Just amazing writing from this guy, you know. Just the
amazing
imagination
writing,
is-
and he chooses the artist to work with
of
so
course.
very well. Yeah, he was the same with Happy.
Yeah.
Such a short little thing, but it really just bangs it. It gets everything in there. He's a great writer.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, and just a little bit nuts, and we like that.
We love it.
Yeah. So
yeah. I
keep
thought
up.
this was wonderful. I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
It is, and it doesn't get enough love, I don't think.
Like
a
I
lot
say,
of
I
people
hadn't really
haven't.
heard of it beforehand,
Exactly,
so,
a lot of people haven't. When it first came out, it was pretty much this cover, but it had a blue background,
Right.
and still with the dog tag, kind of coming through. And it
Right.
when you used to see it, you'd be like, I don't know. There was something about it because it was just such a clear kind of blue, and there was something that didn't make you want to grab it and pick it up.
Right, sure.
But then what if you did and you took a punt on it, and then you fall in love with it? I think of all the people that I've recommended it to, I think there's only one person who came back and just went,
Didn't enjoy it.
didn't get it.
What?
So, yeah, exactly. So I told them they couldn't be a customer here anymore.
Welcome.
Yeah, there's the door. Use it. It's a wonderful book.
Fantastic. So what is this? This is Vertigo, isn't it? What is it?
It is Vertigo, so DC
retail
Comics.
for?
$13.99. This
An
one, you
absolute
can
bar.
get a hardcover version of it as well.
Yeah, no doubt.
which is just equally as gorgeous, just a little bit bigger and harder.
So there we go, folks. That's We3.
We3.
Issue 78.
Wonderful,
Snap.
We3.
The wonderful We3. Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely. Fantastic stuff.
It is.
So there we are. That's our kind of lockdown.
And I'm sure that Frank
specials.
quietly tells that story that I told about me and him meeting. That
No,
meeting of
I've
my
no
dad.
doubt about that. No doubt about that, absolutely. Yeah, it's a well-known story. They're quietly powerful. So there we are, folks. Last of these, but we'll probably keep looking at some of these classic books, won't we? We'll throw a few.
We
in,
will
I
as we
think.
go along. Yes,
Or
absolutely.
maybe
We'll
from
try
the
and-
box. We'll
yeah,
look
we'll
at
try
some
and
of
link it in and and do stuff. But we're hoping
Hopefully,
to
fingers
be
crossed.
quite busy for a little while coming up
Yeah.
and out of this,
Some
and
noobs.
forgetting about recession and all that kind of thing, and
Yeah,
just
all that
diving
misery.
into escapism that we are absolutely filled with to get you through these dark days.
Absolutely. So there we are, snappers. That's it. We'll be back, obviously, with a couple of new books.
We are, because the way the distribution of books is working in this country, at least,
Yeah.
we got new product in on the 9th for the new comic book day of the 10th. The next delivery we'll be getting will be the 24th.
Right.
So things have been staggered a little bit because the world isn't quite back to normal. Everything's a little bit more distant,
Distribution channels,
including comics. So
Yeah.
distribution channels as well. DC have parted ways with Diamond Distribution.
Well, we'll save that for the next. We'll save that for
Will
the
we?
next episode. Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
crack. We'll keep this as it is.
Okay.
And then we'll say a little snippet of the next episode there.
Okay.
Some news. But there we
There
are,
we go.
snappers. There we are. That's our lockdown special. Issue
Okay.
78. Well done. We3. You can get that obviously at Frog Bros.
Yes.
We'll put some links up. You take care of each other and be good, be safe, be distant. Keep that distance going.
Exactly. Don't.
No, I'm not going to. But there we are. So we'll be back soon. Take care of each other. Be good. Spread some love.